Hey, welcome back to ZK MasterTech. So today I worked all day on an S790, brand new one. I had it in the shop, and I installed the new feed accelerator kit that we got from Sloan Express in there. And let me tell you what, I'm getting pretty fast at doing those. It didn't take me a whole lot of time to get that done, and got that in that new combine. And I thought after I got that done, I'd show you guys this new combine. So this is the new John Deere S7 800. Check it out. All right, so this is the first S7 800 or S7 series combines that I've actually got my hands on, and I haven't had a chance to really look at this thing, so you guys are going to get my first impressions, my first look. You know, there's plenty of videos on the internet of salesmen giving the walk around videos and stuff of these things, but I don't think there's any videos of a technician giving their first impressions and walk around on the 800. So I'm going to give you guys that, right? We're going to look at this combine. I'm going to look at the nuts and bolts of this thing, see what all's different that I can see just by looking at it. Haven't had a chance to do any training on these things yet, so I know just about as much as you guys do about these so far. So I'm going to take everything that I know so far, and we're just going to look at it together and see what's different on this thing. All right, so this ladder is supposed to be new and improved and have a better angle for climbing, so let's test that out. Usually I have trouble climbing these things with one hand available because I usually have a laptop or something in my hand. So yeah, we got the X9 cab here. Yep, seen those before. And this one's just got the basic cab. It doesn't have the ultimate package, but you know, we got it's a little different. Look at we got the G5 display and G5 extended monitor. Look at the size of the PDU corner post. Boy, it boots up quick. So we got 4 hours on this thing. Wow. The monitors boot up really quick. That was fast. And we got a touchscreen radio. Ooh, got Android Auto. Does it do CarPlay too? I think they do. Anyway. So yeah, same controls we had before. I don't really see much different here. But it is nice to have that G5 display. Well, look, it's actually showing the combine like on the satellite map sitting here. Like it's sitting with the other combines. That's kind of cool. Whoa. So I just hit the camera button. Look at the resolution on that. Whoa. That's cool. What's this do? 1. Oh. Looking like straight down. Well, that's an improvement. A little bit wider. A little bit wider. And really wide. Dude. That's a game changer. And plus the resolution on that is way better. Holy cow. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's a game changer right there. And then we can have cameras on in the grain tank and the unload auger. You know, we can add more cameras to this, but the backup camera, that's pretty sweet. Let's fire this thing up. Okay. let's open this thing up for business. I'm gonna open up the grain tank. Ooh, we got an adjustable spout like the X9s. And we can add that adjustable spout to an S700 series too. It's opening. Yeah. Yep, it does grain tank opening things, so that's cool. Huh. Let's kick this thing in gear. Uh-oh. Someone doesn't have the chopper engaged. I'll go engage it. Okay, should be engaged now. Shut the door. Okay, so this thing does have the new JD14 13.6 liter engine, 473 horse. I think it's capable of 540 horsepower during the power boost. But look, it's running 2000 RPM, 2010. So the X9 runs about 1900, right at 1900. So just a little bit faster on this one. That's interesting. Our harvest settings, that all looks the same. How fast will you run? 1350? Okay. So this all looks just like a 700 or an X9. Harvest automation, look at that. We don't have any of that stuff going yet. Oh boy. And this combine doesn't have the cameras on it for the predictive ground speed automation, so interesting. So that's kind of a new page. Guidance, activations, control setups, calibrations, overview. Okie dokie then. So the only thing different I see there is this harvest automation tab, I think. But it feels pretty smooth, pretty quiet in here. I like that. Let's turn the feeder house on. Yeah, it's turning. We can do feeder house things, up and down, contour master, 4.5 tilt. Yep, that's all the same. Cool. What about our reversing? And we're reversing. Okay, so we still got to hold it back. All right. I'm sure there's some more differences in this display, but I'm not up on the technology yet. I'm just curious what our system diagnostics are. Air compressor, auto track diagnostics, yield monitoring, brake and beacon lights, chopper adjust, cleaning fan speed, driveline monitoring. Ooh, what's that? Huh. We can look at some speed sensors. Sensor, chopper, conveyor, discharge. Huh. Give us some data there, don't they? FED hydraulic system. Man, we got a lot more system diagnostics now. I'm gonna have to dive into this someday. Park brake. Service lights. Wow. Man, they've got a lot of system diagnostics on this. I like it. Huh. Controllers. Oh yeah. I'm starting to see some new controllers on here, kind of like the X9, like our front end domain controller. We got a harvest domain controller. Sweet, that means we got diagnostic identifiers. DIDs. So we can come up here and type in words and search for them in the addresses. Oh, no data there. Let's see. We'll just type in something simple like speed. Then everything with speed shows up. I love diagnostic identifiers. That's the way to go, instead of just scrolling through a bunch of numbers that doesn't make any sense. I like that. Calibrations on the HAD. Trouble codes. Controller info. So yeah, we got more of a electrical architecture like an X9. So looks like we got domains and subnets and all that good stuff. Sweet. I actually prefer it. I think it's easier to work on, in my opinion. It looks more complicated, sounds more complicated, but I actually think it's easier to diagnose that way. And plus we get a lot more system diagnostics with it too. So that's a win. So yeah, those are the things that, that I'm looking for, that I care about, because I'm going to be diagnosing stuff on this machine. So I kind of want to go into those things and see what's going on there. What's behind this door? Oh yeah, we got our ports to measure our pressure on our clutches and our 5-speed still right there. We got our AC service ports right there. Got a couple controllers, fire extinguisher, windshield wiper fluid. Nifty. On top of the cab, we got the cool beacon lights. Ooh, machine sync antenna. We got an integrated Starfire 7500 globe. Fancy. We got metal grain tank front and rear panels. That's what I like, with larger hinges. So had some issues with those cracking out right there with the fiberglass and the smaller hinges. We got a way beefier hinge now with a metal grain tank cover right there, and then these are still fiberglass, but I don't have any troubles with those side ones unless somebody runs it into something and breaks it. So that's a huge improvement right there. Let's take a look at our feeder house. We look any different here? No, still got just a traditional 5-speed with our fixed drive pulley and belt here. A reverser, all that looks the same. Ooh, that's a different multi-coupler though, for sure. And we got the 9-pin isobus connector right there. Does it still have the old connector tucked away somewhere? I think so. Well, I'm not seeing the old style connector, so I'm guessing we're just rocking the new style nowadays. That's okay. Yep. Conveyor chain adjustment still looks the same. Still got a stop right there for our lift cylinders. Transmission looks pretty similar. Not seeing much differences here. Feeder house drums, the new style. So we got these extra little supports here, these rings in here, so that keeps the slat from bending into the drum, kind of gives it something to hit before it goes into the drum right there. Yeah, looks pretty similar. So we'll definitely, the way that drum and mid-floor is designed, we'll have a nice crop mat flow. It'll even it out and thin it out, take it back to the feed accelerator nicely. And still got the same old chain drive over here. Let's take a look up in the feed accelerator area. Yeah, that still looks the same. Just looking through the rock trap there. Transmission. Got our Pro Drive transmission, our 2-speed automatic transmission there. Still got the good old filter for the Pro Drive right there. All right, moving around to the left side. You can see we got new panels on the side here, new styling. Looks like the X9 style panels. Says S7 800 on it. Looks good. Hey, look, I don't hit my head on the panel when it's in the raised position. That's a win for us tall guys. Nothing makes you more annoyed than smacking your head on that panel when you're walking underneath the combine because you got a hat on and you can't see it. So it definitely gets up out of your way. So here's under the first left-hand door. I see a few things different, especially this load center where our power wire is coming into. That definitely is different. Looks nice, neat, and organized. It looks like everything's easy to get to. But look what you see is missing. There's not a giant air filter right here, right? Because we have this nice and open. Or we have this on the 790. You got that big air filter, you know, sitting right here, and it makes it hard to get into work on this cylinder on the separator drive. So, but we still got this is an S790. It's got the shutoff kit on it. So let's go back to the S7. Oh, that's better. Oh, so much room for activities now. Except we do have some kind of a weird wiring routing going like that though. That's new. Looks like we got some additional controllers there on the side. Okay, but they're in the same spots. Ooh, 4 new grounds. All right. That's different. Yep, this one's got the shut-off kit already installed from the factory. So you can shut the cross augers off. Well, the system's kind of automated, right? So when we kick the unload on, the vertical and the horizontals kick on first to help clear that out. And then the cross augers kick on. And this helps save wear and tear on the system since we're not engaging everything all at once. It's a lot smoother engagement. And when you shut it off, it'll run the vertical and the horizontal for a few seconds and clear out the grain in that tube, so we don't have all that weight and all that corner beans sitting in the tube. So the next time we engage it, it's already pretty much empty. So that helps save on the splines, because you know we had a lot of trouble with the vertical auger spline, especially up in the top. So hopefully this system here will save on them a little bit. All right, peeled some more shields off so we can get inside there and look around. But we don't have this air filter right here because it doesn't have a DPF. It just has an SCR. So no DPF or DOC, and they got rid of the after treatment enclosure, and we just have an SCR, so we're injecting DEF right there. All this is nice and open now. You can get to everything. You don't have a million shields that you have to take off. It doesn't take up as much space right there. Our supercharger, so we had a little root style supercharger right here that would suck air from those filters. That was right here. and then it would blow pressurized air into the after treatment enclosure to keep it pressurized with air. So all that's gone. Oh man, so much more room in there to work around, especially getting into that discharge beater belt. A lot easier to see our main engine gear case mounts now. Oh man, that's way nicer. I'll show you what it used to look like. Like this. See there? There's that supercharger sitting right there. And then we got all that air piping, and then that giant after treatment enclosure. So see how much room that takes up? So this would have a DOC, a DPF, and an SCR, and a decomp tube and a def injector all shoved in this box. And it's not very serviceable. It's really hard to take apart and get into all the areas where you need to get into. So I'm super, super happy about this. See, most of you guys get all excited about all the new technology and all that. I get excited about these kind of things. All right, so our shoe drive system and our swing arms, that all looks the same. Cleaning fan looks the same. Concave looks the same. Now you can get an active concave isolation system on these, and which adds, you know, hydraulic cylinders to the concaves, just like the X9 does that I've talked about in my videos. But this one's still got the old style concave adjust system, which is fine by me because I know how to set them and I know how to make them right and work. So, but you can get that option. You could get that option on the 700 series too, but we didn't really option a lot of those combines like that around here. So still got shoe augers, still got the same concave round bars. Still got the good old 5-speed. Man, bulletproof. And then look, 2 more grounds. So we got 6 grounds on this frame rail right here. We used to have just 2 right over in here. Huh. So yeah, still got the same feeder house drive system with our reel pump in there. That all looks pretty similar. Okay. Vertical auger gear case doesn't look any different. What else is new? Ooh, we got a new transmission supply pump. That's definitely bigger. Looks bigger. Right there. That's our transmission supply pump, sucking oil from the bottom of the main engine gear case. Sweet. Man, so much more room to get that belt on and off. I like that. So we got our chopper jack shaft belt right there. Used to have a bunch of all that stuff in the way. So our separator drive and our rotor shifts, those look identical. I don't see any difference there. Our unload drive looks the same. Look at that big exhaust pipe coming down. Oof to May. Comes down right there. Looks like we got a NOx sensor right there, our inlet. We've got our temp sensor, def injector up there. Everything, you can get to everything. That's cool. But man, look how close that exhaust pipe is to that plastic shield. I don't know about that just yet, but I'll take it. But it does gonna make it a little more difficult to get the hydro pump out, because probably gonna have to take that exhaust pipe off now to get that hydrostatic pump out. Probably not the main hydraulic pump that's splined on to the back of the hydrostatic pump. Probably can sneak that guy out still. Ooh, double air chutes. Yeah. We can move some wind now. Man, that's gonna improve some flow. I like that. Looks like our wiring harness is a little different. We got a new interconnect right here that we didn't have before. And this one's got a hitch, and we installed this hitch on here because they're going to pull ahead with it. But the axle looks the same. This one's just 2-wheel drive, not 4-wheel drive, but the axle looks the same. Looks like we got the same dual speed chopper system. Still got the same. Well, I know it's the same because I had to come back here and put it in gear. Yeah, still got the same 2-speed chopper gear case there. Still got a power cast tailboard on this one. Got the the valve block for the power cast coming to our pump right here. This is what's driving those hydraulic motors on the power cast. The way that they had to route the inlet hose is different though. Kind of had to route it around the exhaust, so that's a new hose. Alrighty then. Oh hey look, we put a Sloan Express trash tube on there. Fits on these too. Nice. Big backup alarm. There's that nice camera right there, backup camera. Oh, the way that that exhaust comes out of the back panel looks a little different. It's going off at an angle now. Let's raise this chopper up. Ooh, we got a touchpad. That's different now, just like the X9s. Oopsie daisies. All right, so our spreader paddles look pretty similar. Chopper hammers. Oh, it's got X9 chopper hammers in them. No wings on them. See how they have the little dimples in there? It's like a golf ball technology to help raise the speed up, you know, make them spin faster. And that, never thought I'd ever see that, but yeah, that's nifty. Huh. All right. Also, just keep in mind, I'm only looking at this particular S7 800. You could have some S7 800s that are optioned differently and that might have a, you know, the premium residue system, which is going to be different than this one. So I'm just reviewing this exact machine and kind of my thoughts on it. So if you want to learn more, there's plenty of information online of all the different options and stuff on these combines. So take a look there. We're just looking at this combine in particular. Ooh, look, the Chaffer tailboard is way different. Oh, look at all the loss sensors. Wow. Just like an X9, got a whole bunch of them. I know an X9's got 6. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's got 4, and then we've got one Chaffer actuator right there. Okay. All right, here we're taking a look inside here. Hey, look, we got the little frog mouths like the X9's got. So if corn gets back here, it's going to go through those little holes and then tap on our loss sensors right there. Okay, that's where we're going to measure our cleaning shoe loss. But Chaffer frame, it's a little bit different because the end of here where the Chaffer tailboard goes on is different. So the Chaffer frame's going to be different. This one's got a side hill kit installed on it. So that adds those little flaps right there and the taller vanes on the element. So that is that's the way this one was optioned, or they wanted that added. I think we added it. So yeah, got our pre-cleaner way up there. See our shoe augers. Okay. Discharge beater looks the same. Oh, look, it's centered. Would you look at that? It's a thing of beauty. Our discharge beater grate looks pretty similar. Oh, it does have the little vanes in there to help direct the flow. Okay. You can see on the inside here, we got that big air chute right there. And then we got another one right here. That's nice. And this has got a dual adjust Chaffer element, so we can still manually adjust the last 10 rows right here, and then they've got the solid louvers on there to keep them from getting damaged from corn cobs. And this acts kind of like an air choke on there, right? So we can choke this down, force more air through the Chaffer up here where most of the grain pile is going to be. So that's all pretty similar. Okay, we got a new engine access door. How does this work? Okay. That swings out like that. And then this goes straight down. All be dipped. So yeah, so this door swings out. It's got a latch way up there. And then this was, you know, that's not bad. So you just lift up on it, push it like that. That's pretty foolproof. And it's not terribly heavy either. So, but we do lose the little platform that we had to stand right here so we could get to that rotary screen and that belt and all that stuff better. So I guess a guy's gonna have to stand on the tire, but you're gonna need to be 8 feet tall to get, you know, clear up there. So you're gonna have to attack it from the tire and be on top of the engine if you want to do much right there. Okay, so here's a better look. So no more platform right there, but the rotary screen door and all that looks pretty much the same. Looks like we do have a big seal on it there though now. Okay, oh, we got a couple more controllers right there. Not too bad to get to. Okay, I'm liking that. Look like we got our def tank right there. Our def dosing unit right up in there. They moved the fuel sediment bowl to up here. It was right where this air chute is, so I guess they had to move it up there. I'm not complaining there. I think it's a little easier to work on right there, to be honest with you. Okay, still got the vacuum fan in the same place. But I did notice the way that the PowerCast tailboard mounts is different. They have a smaller pin. It looks just like the X9 pin going in there. So it doesn't have the clip. Before, you had two giant mounts right here on the chopper, and then you had a big pin that went through, and then you put a little clip through the pin. So the way this mounts is different, and this rail right here is a little bit smaller too, this pipe. What in the world we got going on here? Well, that's way different. We got a totally different moisture sensor in there. Look at that big thing. So I don't know anything about this. So I know it's a moisture sensor. I don't know what all else it's doing yet. I'll have to do some research on that. Looks like we got a controller up there, so that's probably a grain quality controller of some sort if I had to guess. And then we've got our cross augers up there. Man, they beefed up the tone wheels on there. Dang. They're bolted on. Those bearings are beefy. Got speed sensors on them. You know, gotta have speed sensors now since we got that shut-off kit. Yeah, so got 3 controllers there. The tailings and the refresher look the same. I mean, the clean grain elevator still looks identical. I don't see any changes there. So if anybody knows about this guy right here, comment below. Let me know what you think or what you know about it. Still got a rotary screen jack shaft way up in there, just like before. All right. Let's look in here. Oh, would you look at that? This model's got the old style cleaning fan adjustment motor and system right there. Never thought I'd see that again. So all the 780s and 790s that I've worked on, we've got a new style actuator right there that operates faster, so we could do, you know, use the interactive combine adjust and auto maintain and all that stuff. So it needed to be able to work faster than this one. But whenever you run the cleaning fan up and down faster all the time, you got to make sure that these shivs are getting greased, especially this one down here. You almost need to grease that every day, but this one is not going to run it like that, so I doubt we're going to have those issues on this one in particular. But I'm still pretty sure we can still get that 790 style actuator on these, because you know we can get different packages and stuff. So oh my gosh, would you look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at the bearing on that. Would you just look at it? Look at how beefy it is. It's a bearing with a big cast housing. About time. That bearing needed beefed up a long time ago, and I am super happy to see that. Looks like it's easy to grease. Man. So I believe you can get this bearing now and kind of retrofit the 700 series combines now. I think you can get this bracket and then you can get this style bearing. That's just the first time that I've actually seen that bearing. I've heard some other guys talk about it, but yeah, I really like that, because I have issues with those bearings in the past, because you know that's where it's driven from. You have all that load from the belt. So I'm glad that they updated the bearing right there. And then, you know, the shoe drive, conveyor drive, cleaning fan, all that is exactly the same. I don't really see any differences there. A right hand counter shaft, all that looks the same. Feed accelerator drive, got the triple rib belt on there, that all looks the same. Yep, don't see much difference there. That shoe drive pulley might be slightly different. It looks a little beefier than before, so I'm not sure exactly, but it doesn't look exactly the same. And I forgot to mention, just like on the 700 series combines, we have the final drive grease extensions. So that hose there is going to grease our big bearing on our final drive. Nice and easy to get to. I opened up the clean grain elevator. Yep, still got a paddle chain, auger. That all looks pretty much the same. Let's climb up into the engine compartment. This reminds me of climbing an old 70 series. Oh my goodness, would you look at that. Let me bring you up here. Check it out. There's our big def tank right there. It's definitely larger. We've got a 330 gallon fuel tank. Yep. Well, there's no cap cover over the def tank header. I like that. Get to all this a lot easier, clean it off easier. Look, fuel filters, remotely mounted, clear back here. So you can easily put a bucket underneath there, change your fuel filters. We got our low pressure pump right here, fuel pressure sensor. I like that. And we've got our hydraulic reservoir. That looks pretty similar. Got our main hydraulic filter inside of here. Look at the top of the Aftertreatment. Man, I'm not used to seeing that. That is just awesome. And up here we can see our adjustable spout. So we unfold that, that spout can go up, and then we can change the angle on the spout. So that's pretty nice. I like that. Still got our air filter right here before, still got a ladder right here, still got our coolant tank right there. But I highly doubt we're going to get engine oil in this coolant tank like we did the 13.5, so I can't wait to open up this cover. And the angels in heaven sang hallelujah. Look at that big JD14 13.6 liter engine. Oh my gosh, look how much room there is to work on stuff. Look how open that is. Man, oh man. You can actually take the rocker cover off and not have to take hardly anything off to get it off. I'm in love right now. Let's take a peek in this door. Okay, so we still got some big shielding around our turbo, so we don't want any chaff or anything getting in there and catching on fire. Oof. That's a lot of shielding on that bad boy though. And look, starter's on this side and on 13.5 is on the other side of the engine, and it was hard to get to. It's right there. Engine oil fill, engine oil check. Still got our drain valve right there. Our oil filters right there. It's kind of tucked behind there though. That one may not be as fun as the 13.5, but we gained serviceability on the fuel filters, so yeah. So there's our main engine gear case dipstick down in there. The only thing I wish they do, I wish they would make that longer somehow, an extension. Get it up here where a guy can get a funnel on that, pour oil in. I mean, look how far down that is. I can barely get my arm down there. So that's the way that is. Well, there's definitely less shields. But still going to be a tight fit in between here and right here. So you can see our torque sensing unit on our rotor, primary universal drive shaft. Yep. So looks pretty similar back here, just a little less shields. And the grain tank. It's not too bad climbing in there. Got our active yield sensors, fountain auger. Elevator looks pretty similar. I don't see any massive difference except this mass flow sensor plate looks a little different. We still got the big access panel for our top sprocket in the elevator. I love that. So yeah, not seeing anything major different yet. Yep, still have the same style gear case. Got a dipstick right there. Got our bin full sensors. Oh, we got another one on this side too. So I don't see any major differences in here. Kind of looks like you dropped me into a S780 grain tank. But there could be differences. I'm not sure yet. I'm sure I will get to know these combines fairly well, and I'll be doing more videos on them, and we'll learn together as we go. I guess the only massive improvement that I see is the metal panels and the larger hinges on there. So I'm really liking that. Back down on the ground. I went to close this panel, but it won't close. It's got this little link right here. So you lift it up like that, and it looks like you can go out just a little bit more. Huh. So we got room for activities now in there. Okay. Then we can go up and we just keep it like that, and then it'll shut. Now, I didn't push very hard. Did it latch? It sure did. Well. Huh. I like it. All right, well, that was my first walk around, and I took you guys with me. That was the first time that I've actually laid hands on an S7 combine, and we just happened to get one in for a customer, got it set up. It's pretty much ready to go to the customer already. So I wanted to get out here and do a video with it for you guys before it got out of here, because we don't have too many of them around here just yet. We do have an S7 900 sitting on the lot too, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. I've been busy teaching combine classes all week, so Monday through Thursday I was teaching our technicians here at Sloan Implement. We got together and each day we had a group. We would do S-Series combines, and then the afternoon I would teach X-Series combines. So I'm going through and teaching all our technicians and even store managers and salesmen and parts guys, and everybody that can learn something about combines would show up, and then I would tell them everything that I know about doing combine inspections. So I've been doing that all week. So I didn't have any chance to really get to wrenching on stuff. I did get one feed accelerator kit done on an S790, but I wanted to get a video for you guys, and then I wanted to get it on this S7 800. I definitely wanted a video on that before it went. So I stayed late. It's Friday evening. It's 6 o'clock, 6:30, something like that. So I wanted to go ahead and get this video out to you guys. So make sure that you come see me August 27th. I will be in Decatur, Illinois at the Farm Progress Show. It's on Wednesday, August 27th. I'm going to be there all day. I'm going to try to do a video, and I have some appointments of some people that I got to see while I'm there, but I will be around, walking around. I'm going to try to go see the Deere guys, and I need to check out the S7s and the X9s and the new 9RX tractors. I really want to see those tractors. I'm pretty excited about those, and so I want to try to see the Farm Progress Show, because I've never been there. I've been doing this job for 15 years. I've never had an opportunity to actually go because I'm always busy working on these things. So this year I thought, you know what, I'm going to make the time and the effort to come there so I can give you guys an opportunity to come say hi. I will have merch there, and make sure you bring cash if you want any merch. I'll be signing hats and stickers, and I'll have shirts. So make sure you got cash if you want any of that, and I'll sign it and take pictures with you guys. I'd love to meet everyone. So I'm super excited about the Farm Progress Show this year. So come see me and like this video. So you guys need to take the time, punch that like button. It really helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I usually post once a week, so you don't want to miss any updates. And comment below. Let me know how I'm doing. If you got a comment about this combine, what you liked, what you didn't like, maybe something that I failed to mention that you guys know about, go ahead and put it down there in the comments for all of us to read. We have a community here. I love being able to conversate with everyone in this channel. I feel like it's just a big giant community and family, and I really appreciate you guys and all the support that you give me. You guys are just the best. So until next time, keep that green iron moving.